Howdy folks, I'm Keith Bowen and this is Hard Rock University. Today we're chasing some veinlets up in Gold Hollow because I need some more ore to test my tables, and this is the easiest place to get, and it's hot. It is southern Arizona, it is the summertime. Luckily we got a little cloud cover right now. This is the monsoon season, but it also means the humidity is like 40 or 50% right now, so it's pretty unpleasant. We've been out here, got here shortly after dawn, and I mean shortly, and so we have to deal with the heat. In order to deal with the heat, you need a couple of things. First of all, you need plenty to drink. We got 5 gallons of water between the two of us. We got 20 pounds of ice, which also translates to water if you needed it. We have a person at home who knows where we're at, knows when we're supposed to be back, and we'll send rescue if needed. So we've covered all that. Wearing long-sleeved, light-colored shirt. The lighter the weave and the looser the fit, the better. This is actually a tighter weave than I would like. If you had a bright white shirt that hung around here and it was very lightly weaved, like the real thinnest t-shirt you can get, that would be about ideal. Got the big hat with the big veils to keep the sun off of me, and we have a fan right here. Now that's been doing a great job, but we had to turn the generator off in order so you can hear me here. So that fan is no longer going. We also have a shade, one of those big easy up shades. If we need it, we can break that out. Shade, breeze. Another thing that comes in real handy, and I've got one in the ice chest there, is a spray bottle. If the humidity is low, then why bother cycling the water through your body? Spray water directly on your clothes. It acts like an evaporative cooler, and that is a whole lot more efficient. You have to drink less water, and you can get a lot cooler, because you can soak your clothes down in dry weather, and you will actually get cold if there's a breeze. So don't just drink. If it's hot, if it's dry, go ahead and spray your clothes. Make sure your clothes are wet, and that will give you maximum cooling. Take a fan. This is just the fan out of our living room. I live in an old adobe. We have a couple of window air conditioners. We use fans a little bit, and that's all it is. It's right there, it's blowing right on us, and everything's nice when the generator's gone. So let me show you what we got here. This is that area that I was digging, showing you how to move stuff with hand tools. And we've got a vein here. You can see the edge of it right here. This is a little veinlet. We had another one right here, and it petered out right there. It just disappeared. By taking this zone out, a lot of times you got parallel shears like this. And neither one of them is too long, but the whole zone goes quite a ways. So you have one short one that peters out, then another one that peters out, and like that. That's technically called a stringer vein, when you got a lot of little discontinuous veins. So now we've got this vein material here, and the way I noticed it initially was when I was jackhammering, that was harder. Now take a look here, see if you can tell the sound when I hit that. Is that vein? Sure looks like it. Here it makes the hammer ring a little bit. That's because it's quartz. Look at the mineralization in that stuff. See how dark that is? And what we're doing, we're hand sorting this carefully because I don't want to process any more rock than I have to. And I want it as good a grade as I can because, again, I'm doing testing and I want to be able to see what's happening as clearly as possible. So I'm sitting here digging this stuff out by hand. that's basically wall rock that's been so heavily juiced that it's almost turned into vein now. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where the vein stops and the wall rock starts. Hear how hard that is? Don't need to know anything more. Because I've worked this area a while, I have a pretty good idea what I'm looking for. Hear that lower pitch? A little bit of silicification there. Not enough for me to worry about. And there's basically the vein there. Heavily mineralized. And between the legs there. Anyhow, when we get a little more exposed again, and hopefully a little better quality, I'll turn on the video camera again. Right now we're going to fire up the generator and keep moving rock. The rock was here this morning. We've been here about an hour and a half. Be back in a minute. But this is part of the vein here. And you can see this fairly intense mineralization here, more mineralization here, not as intense. You can see how it shifts from the lightly mineralized to the heavily mineralized. And then it goes right up into the face there. So this is the stuff that I'm chasing most of all. And if it's anything like what was above it, about 10 feet on it, it should get pretty good. Okay, so here it is the afternoon. Well, not the afternoon. What is it? 10:30? Feels like the afternoon. Anyhow, we got a shade up. Continuing on in. And that little teeny vein has, it's 11 o'clock I guess he says, has opened up to something more in the neighborhood of a foot wide. This is fairly typical of this kind of thing. It's just incredibly irregular. And the mineralization is highly variable too. Here's some good stuff. This is after the last slice of that vein. That looks like some decent mineralization there. That's what I'd like to see a lot more of, that limonite. You know, those oxidized pyrites. There's quartz, more oxidized pyrites. So we should have enough today to fulfill my needs. I want a minimum of 10 buckets, and I think we've already got about 6 or so. By the time we get to that face, we'll be at least 10, and then we'll be chunking some out of the, we'll take the vein back a little bit. So we should be in good shape. Okay, so here we are at the end of the day. It's about noon. We're going to call it quits. We've got other things we've got to get to today. And here's kind of the vein. It's gotten narrowed back down again. Here's pyrite here. Here's pyrite there. This is wall rock. This is wall rock over here. So all we really got is this little pocket here, and you notice it pinches off to almost nothing there. Then you have this kind of little teeny stringer vein, I mean little veinlets is all. So extremely variable. This is some good rock. That should give us some good gold. Unfortunately, I had to take a lot of other crap with it, so my average ore grade is probably only going to be about a 0.05 or a 0.1, but it's better than that than nothing. I need to run some tests. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm dirty, but I'm safe. I am just soaking wet. We got a little breeze working now, got shade. It's not dangerous, merely unpleasant. So, happy prospecting and keep it safe out there.